Reykjavik is the capital of Iceland, as well as its most populated area. For too long, Iceland has been under most people's radar as a unique northern European destination. This tiny country packs unforgettable and fascinating landscapes into a small package, but it all starts in Reykjavik. Keep watching for the best things to do in Reykjavik, Iceland. The Northern Lights. Undoubtedly one of the most spectacular sights on Earth, the Northern Lights are accessible and on full display in Reykjavik. Technically, it's possible to see them any time of year, but the darker conditions between September and April make it easier. And despite Reykjavik being an urban landscape, it's just an easy drive to see the lights. There are numerous tours offered in the city that will drive you to good places to see the Northern Lights, but hunting for this spectacular display is an activity in and of itself. From Reykjavik, the lights can be seen in the quieter and less lit downtown suburbs, but rather take a drive to Seltjarnarnes where it's darker. This small coastal town is just outside Reykjavik, and the sight of the Northern Lights cascading overhead will take your breath away. Hallgrimskirkja. One of the most iconic structures of Reykjavik is the church called Hallgrimskirkja. Named after the famed Icelandic poet and cleric Hallgrimur Pétursson, this church was finished in 1986. Its remarkable exterior is certainly Insta-worthy, with its incredible facade and tall tower, and an interior that's majestic in its simplicity. In fact, as you explore more of Iceland, you'll see how basalt cliffs and ice caves are echoed in the design of the church. As the second tallest building in the city, it's guaranteed to have some good views. An elevator takes visitors with any accessibility limitations straight to the top and offers unparalleled 360-degree views of Reykjavik below. Note that while entrance to the church is free, tickets for the viewing platform are sold in the gift shop. Be sure to go early, especially in summer, to beat the lines. And when you're done, strike a pose with the statue of Leif Erikson in front of the church. The main streets. The city center of Reykjavik is diverse, colorful, and one of the best things to do in the city. Skólavörðustígur and Laugaveggur, besides being difficult to say and nearly impossible to spell, are the main streets of the center and the heart of the city. Laugaveggur is best known for its shopping, and plenty of international labels and local stores call it home. While there are souvenir and unique stores, the biggest draw to it is Magic Ice Reykjavik Ice Bar and Gallery, a unique sub-zero attraction that celebrates ice. Skólavörðustígur is the far more colorful street, recently earning the name Rainbow Street for good reason. Here you'll find plenty more stores, especially small-scale local boutiques and shopping experiences, as well as cafes and restaurants. The street leads directly to the Hallgrimskirkja, making these two attractions a perfect next step after visiting the church. Before we tell you more about the best of Reykjavik, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. The Blue Lagoon and Sky Lagoon. Iceland is known as the land of ice and fire. And while that sounds dramatic, do you know what you get when you combine them? Hot springs and warm lagoons. And Reykjavik has plenty to blissfully soak in. First is the Blue Lagoon, so called because of its vivid azure waters. While man-made and incredibly popular with tourists, the Blue Lagoon is one of the best things to do in Reykjavik and an unmissable part of the Icelandic experience. Located close to the airport, the Blue Lagoon has plenty of warm waters to lounge in, as well as spas and wellness centers to take in the health benefits of the rich mud. If you want to soak in the geothermal waters while still beating the lines, then the newer Sky Lagoon is for you. Despite being man-made, the Sky Lagoon fits well in the rugged coastline of the Atlantic Ocean, offering bathers a chance to relax next to cliffsides and overlooking the freezing ocean waves. Take in the nightlife. Reykjavik is growing and rapidly becoming a place to hit the streets and clubs after the sun sets. In fact, during the summer months and under the midnight sun, you could be partying it up under a sun that doesn't set. With its friendly atmosphere and safe streets, do like the locals do and pub crawl from one charming bar or cafe to the next. Be sure to try Brennivin, Iceland's signature alcohol, while you're there. Live music is popular in Reykjavik, so if you're hitting the streets, try to catch a show too. And if you're not drinking or listening to music, explore the watersides and landmarks at night and try to take in gorgeous views and lights. Sample the local cuisine. Icelandic cuisine is largely one with many undiscovered delights. This tiny nation has developed styles of cooking and eating you won't find anywhere else. It might seem innocuous, but the humble hot dog is an Icelandic staple. And every Reykjavik dweller will tell you the best ones are from Bæjarins Betsu Pilsur. If you can beat the long daily lines, order one with everything, you won't regret it. Taking a food tour or snacking through the restaurants is one of the best things to do in Reykjavik. While there's plenty of international food available, while you're in Iceland, eat the way you can only eat in Iceland. Local delicacies include seafood and lamb, with some of the most tender and succulent lobster you can imagine. But for the daring, try the fermented shark. It's an experience for the brave only. The Golden Circle Daytrip. Reykjavik is the gateway to Iceland, but you don't need to stray far from the city to see the best of the country. The Golden Circle is a trio of unique Icelandic sites: Thingvellir National Park, Gullfoss, and Geyser Geothermal Area. Be aware this is a whole day affair, and you're going to want to take your time to soak in the atmosphere and take photos of the breathtaking vistas. The Golden Circle brings you close to a very active water geyser at the Geyser Geothermal Area, as well as the Gullfoss, the most photographed waterfall in Iceland. And for amazing views and hikes, Thingvellir takes you into nature and history. It was the site of Iceland's yearly parliament sessions that started in 930 AD, but it's also located right above the divergent point of two tectonic plates. Where else in the world could you scuba or snorkel above the canyon where Earth is literally coming apart at the seams? But if that's too much for you, the Golden Circle has plenty of hikes, sights, vistas, and stunning things to visit and soak in. Perlan. One of the best things to do in Reykjavik is to visit Perlan, one of the city's most interesting museums. While Reykjavik has a long history and plenty of museums that cater to history lovers, Perlan offers more than a typical museum experience. Perched atop a mountain overlooking the city, Perlan offers a deep dive into the majesty of Iceland. There are numerous exhibits available, including seasonal or temporary displays, as well as some spectacular permanent features. The ice cave offers the experience of walking through 300 feet of ice before opening into an interactive glacier exhibit. Snow and ice is a quintessential part of the Iceland experience, but if you can't explore the rest of the country to experience this, then Perlan's ice cave is a decent substitute. The Northern Lights Planetarium is an award-winning large-format film about the Northern Lights and is well worth experiencing. Besides that, there are other interactive nature exhibitions and so much to see and learn about Iceland at Perlan. And when you're done, head to the observation deck for another spectacular view of Reykjavik. Experience the whales. The largest mammals alive are accessible from Reykjavik, and seeing them is one of the best things to do in the city. Whales of Iceland is a great interactive exhibit that lets you touch and learn from 23 life-size models of whales found near Iceland. There's also a VR experience that takes you beneath the waves. But if it's the real thing you want, you're in the right place. Whale watching tours are available year-round, and there are innumerable reputable boating tours that will take you on short cruises to get as close to these majestic animals as legally possible. Visitors can see porpoises, dolphins, minke whales, orca, sperm whales, and even blue whales if you're lucky. The Sun Voyager and Harpa. Along with Hallgrimskirkja, the Sun Voyager and the Harpa Concert and Conference Hall round out the trio of unmissable Reykjavik artistic landmarks. The Sun Voyager is a spectacular metal sculpture at the Reykjavik waterfront. Built to resemble a Viking longboat, the Sun Voyager echoes the settlers of Iceland. It's free to visit and worth seeing in different lights and seasons to see how the reflections play off the shiny metal surface. It's part of Reykjavik Sculpture and Shore Walk, so make a day of it and catch some more public art. Far more grandiose is the Harpa Concert and Conference Hall. Modern, striking, and technological, Harpa is spectacular inside and out. Inside, you'll find performances by Iceland's top bands or the Iceland Symphony Orchestra. Outside, the glass facade is lit by LED panels and can sometimes be interactively controlled by smartphone for a game of Pong. It's an epicenter of culture and music wrapped in a spectacular structure. Now it's time to hear from you. Did we miss any of your favorites in Reykjavik? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.